Hi lovely Taurians, welcome to your October 2022 Astrology Horoscope forecast. We are entering a month of powerful eclipses, and especially more so for you Taurians because this eclipse is happening in your sign and opposite to you also in Scorpio. Now this is quite an intense time for you, and it can be also a very transformational time for you because you're all about security, reliability, predictability, and you need to know things for sure, Taurians. You're not the one to be playing the fool or taking or even gambling with decisions. But the interesting thing also for you Taurians is that we have had Uranus that has been that entered your sign in 2018, and Uranus is a wild boy of astrology. He's the disruptor, the destructor. He brings about a lot of chaos. But Uranian energy rules the internet, so the future, innovations, technology. So what Uranus has done is that it may have made things unpredictable as far as your personal life is concerned. Maybe there has been chaos at home. Maybe you've never really known as to, which way, the things are going to be. There is really no guarantee, is it, you may feel that, oh, things are so certain, or I know that this is what is going to be happening in my personal life, but you may find things, be quite unexpected. So for you, the lesson is to embrace the uncertainty. For you, the lesson is to embrace the unpredictability of this entire Uranian energy that is there. For you also, because your house rules the house of money, our earned income, and because eclipse is going through, it is all going to be, the focus is going to be about how it is more that you can, or creatively that you can earn more money. Most of you have been doing quite financially well. In fact, I think you may have adapted quite well with embracing of newer technology at your workplace. And newer ways of communicating as well at your workplace, and Uranus would have greatly helped you. But with this eclipse, the question around your stability, your sense of self-worth is going to get highlighted more. So maybe for a lot of you, the focus has been, just to keep saving more money, and everything is around creating that security for yourself, and that gets enhanced as of now. Maybe you're really hell-bent upon making this really luxurious pad for yourself, or maybe buying that really fancy car for yourself, and or maybe even eating at those really fancy restaurants, or really going and traveling and staying at really luxurious places. So this entire Venusian effect, because Taurus is ruled by Venus, it may have got enhanced. And during this eclipse, you are being asked, you're being questioned about your self-worth, Taurus. What is it that makes you feel valued? Is it the money in your bank? Is that how that you value yourself? What is it that makes you feel validated? Is it some love that you're seeking for that you're not getting? It could be a child's love. It could be that you're being either being rebuked, or you're being rejected by a child. Can be a grown-up child, can be a young adult. It could be someone with whom you're trying to make almost amends with, and there's this entire energy of not being accepted at all. So with this eclipse, and because it's opposite to Scorpio, and Scorpio is all about transformation, it's about sex and death and transformation, and we have it's ruled by Mars and Pluto, and Pluto tends to dig deeper, go really deep within, and goes to our roots and sees as to where it is that it's stemming from. So therapy is a wonderful thing. I mean, if there is something that you're having issues in a partnership, in a personal partnership, or with your child, it's a wonderful time to be going in for therapy with your child, with a grown-up adult, or a young adult as well. I think therapy is wonderful for everybody. But also this is a great time to be looking at your own patterns, your own psychological patterns. Scorpion energy is the transformational energy, and it's going to be, and your Taurian energy is the self-worth energy. So it's going to be pushing you, it's going to be asking you to change your own sense of self question it, ask it, see what is it that needs to get changed, that wants you to be more flexible, more embracing, and also surrendering to the unknown. I'll break down the month for you. On the 2nd of October, we have Mercury, which is going direct in your house of love, romance, creativity, children. And this is also, it speaks about maybe some of you have been having conversations around maybe publishing a book, maybe there's a pet project which got halted for some time. This also speaks about letting your own inner child. So maybe time to be more compassionate towards yourself, maybe doing things that you really enjoy. It's a time to be letting that inner child out, and also allowing yourself to be more free, Taurian. The 9th, we have a full moon that is there in your house of behind the scenes. This is the house of subconscious, and it's joining Jupiter over there. So a full moon or a lunar eclipse is normally quite emotional, because things are coming to a culmination. It's their endings, we are tying loose ends, so we could be feeling little emotional, but it can also force you to deal with subconscious issues. It's again a wonderful time for therapy, and you may be tempted to suppress your emotions and it speaks about a time where you could be deviating completely from the core issue of what is being suppressed, and seeking out more things which sort of take your attention away momentarily from it, or even for some time. So things that you may have really hidden, they may come up on the surface during this time, and good time to be allowing yourself to be in touch with these issues, the subconscious issues that may be there. Full time to be getting plenty of sleep, and also it'll be worth your while to keep a journal, Taurians, during this time. Try and see whether you are having very vivid dreams. Try and see what is it that your own subconscious. At times, I think when the best answers come when we get a good sleep. So watch out when you wake up in the morning. What is the first thing that you've been thinking about? And if you have been stressing a lot, then it's really a time for you to be taking a breather and to be stepping away from a situation as well. On the 11th, we have Mercury that moves into your house of day-to-day chores. It is the house of health, so a lot of conversations around a specific healthy diet. What is it that you need to be eating? The workout that you need to be doing. Maybe a lot of conversations around, again, if it's around water retention or it is something to do with thyroid, maybe a lot of you are going to be eating at foods, being more careful of the finer print that is there behind the cans, and of course, as usual, there's nothing better than having something which is seasonal, which is local, that is grown near you. So try and have a lot of fresher food. Wonderful time to be looking at your workout routine as well. If you have not been doing that, then because it is a stressful time for you with the eclipse, Taurians, great time to be doing some little bit of meditation and yoga, something which I think you must give a try, especially because the eclipses are going to be affecting you. On the 24th, we have Sun that moves into your house of relationships, partnerships, and these both have to do with your love, marriage, and it also has to do with your work partnerships. And Venus is already over there, and then we have a new moon that is there. So I do see someone maybe new coming into your lives, Taurians, even for those of you who are maybe slightly, either you're separated from your partner, or maybe you feel that, you're not yet ready, but it does say, that you are going to be meeting someone new, and it speaks about also, at times it speaks about turning completely into a new leaf for a partner, because things have maybe not been going the way that they should have been, and for some of you, it could be, that you've received the feedback time and time again, and you've just thought that, it's all right, let things work out the way that they are supposed to work out, and I'm not going to be making more of an effort. But you could find a flood of emotional intensity also come your way, and I think you could utilize it in giving it a shape of what you want in the in the direction of your relationship. So I think a wonderful time to be transforming yourself. And I think also this means that particularly understanding and realizing that though, you know, feelings may be overstated at this time, and you could be feeling overwhelmed by what's coming your way, but I think you really need to understand the message underneath is a lot of sincerity is there, and it needs to be taken seriously. For some of you who have been in challenging relationships and you've been separated from each other, this is the time where they could be, you can expect some breakthroughs. And this is both at, because it's a house of partnerships and marriage. It can be both in a marriage, it can also be at your workplace. And it can, I think if you allow yourself to be vulnerable, Taurians, it can really be quite a phenomenal breakthrough, and it will, you know, allow you to have this new closeness that you have not had. And even though I would say that, you know, the intensity of it, of what you feel, may ebb away, but I think conversations around it, because you have Mercury also towards the end of the month, which is joining this party in this house, so there can be a lot of conversations around what went wrong, what needs to get done. For some of you who are not involved at all, I think this really speaks about finding almost like a soulmate, someone who really understands you, someone who really gets you, someone with whom you can speak your heart, and you could be quite I think you could be embarking on quite an important relationship in your life, and this is something which could be bringing you a lot of happiness as well. So I think because we have the entire transformational energy of Scorpio, it is worth your while to be bringing about that change in you, Taurians, you know, rather than, I would say, and I'm not saying that don't go out and find that new partner, but at times I think we keep making the same mistake. There's almost that sense of deja vu. So rather than invest that new energy in a new partner, try and see whether you can shed the old you with the old partner, and whether it is, you know, something new that you can bring about, your own perspective that you can bring about in your relationship in itself, and that may sort of stand the test of times to come in future. It's been a pleasure speaking with your Taurians. It'll be lovely if you can like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment whether the content resonated for you. It allows me to create more such content. I'll see you again soon, and thank you so much for watching.